Hey folks, IB Sarah Shaw, and welcome back to IB Playing Persona 3 FES, and we're going to just study tonight. It's Sunday night, and we're just gonna study. The reason being is I don't really want to spend a ton of extra time in Tartarus. I'm not really under-leveled, based on how I was doing when I was getting those levels. So we'll just see how this full moon goes, and if I have to, go back to Tartarus, then I will. But I'm all prepped for Tartarus. And by Tartarus, I mean the full moon boss. I got my revives, I did everything in the last episode, and now I'm studying again. Gotta get that academics up. We're gonna power in the academics. There's only gonna be a few changes to my schedule actually that I don't have on my calendar, but I can fix those later. They aren't hugely important, and by hugely important I mean they're not super gonna affect things. It's summer vacation continues. It's Monday. It's Monday, and the track meet's over with. We are good to go to have all the fun, and we're going to go play a video game. Because that's what we're gonna do. That's what I do. You just play all the innocent sin online, and that's all you have the time for. You make friends, and that's it. I mean, it's not all you have the time for. You're just chatting. Just chatting today. That's it. These videos are gonna be kind of short just because of how the timing works with the, full moon and everything coming up and with summer vacation. Not anything in particular, it's just a lot of little stuff, and I could just throw it into one big thing or just break it up into little ones. You could bypass some of these, I'm guessing, but I'm trying to keep, like, the same types of things together. Summer vacation continues. And you know what that means. No, we're not hanging out with Maya again. We're gonna go exploring! There are other people we can hang out with too. And those people just may or may not happen to be in other areas. But yeah, so I'm gonna go, if it's like, how do I put this best? I'm gonna keep all like the social links together, and then if there's other stuff going on, I'll kind of keep that all in one episode. So this is gonna be a social link episode. If you really don't care about the social links that much, it's mostly strengthening them too. There is going to be one up, just to let you know, but the summer vacation's weird, so like timing wise we're just not gonna have a ton of stuff to do. But we're going to the Naganaki Shrine today. We don't get to be there very often, so we're gonna go here. We're gonna go hang out with her. Maiko, that's what it is. What? Okay, you should definitely go to cram school, but sure, there must be something on your mind. What should we do? I don't know. I'm not the best person to ask. What should we do? Do all the things. That's what you should do. You should do all the things. Oh, God. Slides are fun. I haven't been on a slide since I was a kid. I kind of want to go on a slide now. Not like, nah. I wouldn't, yeah. Probably not a good idea. I'd probably manage to hurt myself somehow, because that's just how I roll. Yep, the day after tomorrow is a big day. And tonight is Tuesday. Tuesday, we are gonna go out. I'm gonna go do some things on the town because we can. And those things happen to be going to the Polonia Mall because that's the only thing that I can do at nights. And that is gonna be something we're gonna go to the mall. We're gonna have some fun. We're gonna hang out with some people. Some people we may not see very often. Or have talked to a total of like once. We're gonna hang out with President Tanaka dude, which I don't know how. Yeah, it's me. I'm sure you're gonna teach me. You already took my monies. I'm pretty sure these valuable life lessons are not free of charge. Sure, why not? Let's do it. Cool. Okay, well, why are you dealing with me then? I'm also a kid. I'm gonna take that as is and not think too much about that. Okay. Placebo. Cool. Placebo. Okay, thank you. Thank you, sir. I don't know what's so charming about it, but I'm gonna say thank you. I'm glad you're pleased with me. Well, and there are other things too, like, Michael's secret stuff from Space Jam, it was just water. It was a placebo. And, in the Harry Potter books, when Ron is needing to be the keeper for the first game, Harry thinks he slipped him some Felix Felixus. Did I say that right? Don't remember. It's been a while, but it actually wasn't. It was just stuff. He just made everybody think it was. Yeah, it's just Ron doing his goodness. He's a good keeper. He just needed a little boost. He needed to think he was better than he was, because he is better than he is without any additional stuffs. He didn't need any Michaels. Man, I need to watch those movies again and read those books. And by movies, I definitely meant the Harry Potter ones and not Space Jam, but I can watch that one again too. Okay. Yeah, I'm guessing it doesn't actually work. It just is a sugar pill. Cool. Okay. Is that legal? Is the question, because you're selling a placebo. Okay, but isn't it false advertising? It doesn't do any of those things. I have thoughts on this, because I'm... There's that line in Men in Black. The Men in Black movie about, like, how people are, like, just... There would be mass panic if everybody knew there's aliens, so, like, they provide the peace of mind. And, like... Yes... No, and it's the same thing here. It's the same thing. Like, why don't you why doesn't it's so that's an interesting, like, topic of conversation that actually Persona 4 I think deals with that a little more of, like, do people want to know, or would they rather just be happier with what they see as the truth, like what they have in front of them, or do they actually want to, like, dig deeper? And that's more of Persona 4's, like, overarching theme, not so much this game, but, like, that's such an interesting philosophical, just, it's not really, it's kind of a philosophy, but it's a weird human nature discussion that oh boy, let me tell you, I could talk about, like, people and human nature and everything all day. Like, if I could do one of many degrees, one of them would probably be in psychology and stuff, because it's psychology, is that the right philosophy, mix of those two, because it's so interesting to me for to see how, like, people think. Well, yeah, because it's not a false sense of security. Like, I have an emergency kit in my car in case I can break it down sometime, that's, like, got a first aid kit. It's got blankets for bad weather. It's got all these other things, because you can't just leave your car running if you break down. Problem is, it's definitely in a place that I cannot easily access, because it's in my trunk instead of the backseat of my car, but, like, questionable advice is definitely the thing there. That is definitely the purpose. But, like, I could talk all day about some weird topics that relate nothing to, like, the games, or, like, I could talk all day about a lot of things. Like, I should write a book. I could be in the modern and age philosopher. Everybody is, so, like, that's the thing, is you study these old philosophers, they're just the people that wrote down their thoughts. Like, I still don't know what they did for a living. Like, how do you do that nowadays? I'm just gonna write this stuff down and talk to people. Like, I guess Socrates taught, and then he passed that on to this pupil, and then his pupil taught, and, like, his line of thinking. But, like, how was that even viable back then? Like, hello, I'm the best, and all I have to say was correct? Probably why it's only men we really talk about, because if a woman did that back then, and not just back then, but, like, isn't there a Greek mythology about the gal that always tells the truth, but nobody believes her, and that's her curse or whatever? Yeah. Yeah. Let's just go with that. I'm... You're threatening a child. A child. Still... Dude, I'm not gonna tell anyone. I got so sidetracked partway through this episode. Didn't realize I was getting so sidetracked. Hello, I do not have time to talk. I'm sorry. Bye. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to not have time to talk. I just don't. I'm sorry. We'll hang out soon, Kenji, I promise. I'm getting another phone call. Hi, Cass. I'm busy. I'm just gonna continue to say I'm busy because I'm sorry, Cass. We'll hang out soon, I promise. I will study. I think I'm feeling okay. I don't know. Let's hope we study psychology, because that would be fun. Or philosophy. I'm not sure. Both is good. But like there's so much like you just observe and like about people and how people interact, and like that's why these games are so good, is because it explores like different not different types of people, but different experiences that people have. Like the little girl going through a divorce with her parents, where she's still a little girl, but she's hearing all this stuff that she blames herself, even though it's not her fault. Like, and the just all of them. The monk that's his family is pretty abandoned him, or he's abandoned his family. We don't really know what's going on there. Like they present to you with these different experiences that people have, and they're not unusual. They just are presented in a different way, and that's what makes these games so intriguing and interesting and good games, is because they flesh out all these side characters that you never have to interact with. But when you do, you get so many stories. And that's how we learn about people, is through the stories we tell. So interesting. I love this game. I love this series. From what I've played of it, I've only this like it's so good. It's so good. And on this note, we're going off. Again, we're gonna go hang out with Maiko again. Because it's our vacation, and apparently she just skips her cram school, so nobody else we could really hang out with. Guess we could hang out with, like, the bookstore people. At some point, probably. Maybe not now, but right now we're gonna hang out with Maiko, because why not? Why not? Where is Maiko? There's so much garbage. I like how when the apathy syndrome stands out, like there's just so much more garbage too around it. Well, it's interesting to me. Naganaki Shrine was the next one if I had just gone up instead of down. But I did not, so oh well. I need to go this way. Hi! Oh. He could only- oh, I hope he's okay. He should be fine. Okay. We'll talk to Striped Shirt at some point. Yeah, let's spend some time with her. I don't know. Oh! That's good! Oh, I've forgotten your birthday before. Hey, that's the I'm so happy. I'm really happy. Cause like they've forgotten in the past, and that's so sad. They're too wrapped up in lives. They're too wrapped up in their own lives. That's so sad. I mean, I forget my own birthday, but that's just because, like, oh yeah, I exist. My year went up again. I have lived another year. But, like, kids, that's important things. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know. But it's not your fault. Good luck. I wish you the best, and I hope that works out. Of course, I am here to help. As always. I am always here to help. Caught between worlds. Like, this is an experience people have had, and maybe, like, they play the game and they're like, oh, okay, yeah, this is, I went through this if they're older and something. Like, it's such a good game. It's such a good game that explores these different realities and the different stories that people experience and have, and not a lot of things, like, a lot of games are, like, this one is still, like, fantasy elements, where, like, I'm not really, like, this character or anything, but the reason that these games are so good, and other games by the same team, the only other one that I can think of, is that they explore people's experiences and how they react to certain situations. Even though there's this, like, sci-fi element to it with, like, the shadows and everything, the shadows are the personification, that's not the right word, but like the embodiment of like our hopes, our desires, our dreams and wishes, and bad things too, like our negative emotions and the positive ones, and it's just how you use them. Like, we tend to use, like, what the personas are. I am sure I'm ready as I ever will be. We will do our best, but, like, we use these personas, which are like kind of shadows. Like, we can fight shadows with shadows, I guess. Because we've learned not, I think the thing is we're learning to control our fear. Like, Yukari had difficulty summoning her persona for this first time because she couldn't, there wasn't that control over, like, ourselves, like, on our emotions and our feelings and everything. Like, we are lucky. We were just lucky, but, like, that's the thing, is Mitsuru had a distinct purpose that she was working for, so she can control, like, that's the thing. It's so interesting. There is so much, like, just, like, you could write a class on this. You could write a book. You could write a series of books on, like, the psychology and everything behind it, like, how people, like, this reflects how people move through the world. And it's so good. Like, I know the series has been all over the place, but go play this game. Like, you can play it in any way. Like, I'm trying to do a run that shows you everything that you can do in the game. Almost. Not everything, but, like, a lot of what you can do in the game. Just because, like, to present it in any way less than that wouldn't be an accurate way to present all that the game has to offer. So that way, when you go through the game, and how I went through it after, because I did see, like, I've told you this, that I've watched a Let's Play this game. That's how I was introduced to the series, and it's an amazing game, because then when I went through it, I was like, okay, I liked these storylines, and I want to experience them again. Like, and so that when I went through and played this game the first time myself, I, like, prioritized certain characters over other ones, because I'm like, these are characters that I like, and I want to see their story play out again. Like, such a good game. Please, 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 if you've never played this game, go play it. It's so good. It's so good. If you want an intro to the series that's also, like, if you've never played the series and want the newest one in the series, just intro into the series, like, you don't care which one in the series, go play Persona 5 too, because it is, I love Persona 5. my only reasoning for Persona 5 being a little bit higher than this one in my personal book is because I experienced Persona 5 by myself the first time, if that makes sense. And it is so good, and some of the themes in Persona 5 just tie into more with how I perceive the world, I guess. My cognition of it. If you've played the game, you get that little thing. And it ties in distinctly to that, like, just personally. Like, I understand Persona, the game and the themes of Persona 5 a lot. I love Persona 3. It is by far one of my favorites, but Persona 5 is a bit higher on the list. IB Sarah Shell. I've been playing Persona 3 FES. Please go play this game. Please go play 4 and 5. I don't know about 1 and 2. I've never played them. Don't know anything of them. If you have played 3 and 4, Q is Persona Q, Shadow of the Labyrinth. It's just it's a fun little fan game. Like, it was made by, it's a different, completely different style little dungeon crawler game that's just made for, like, the fans to see the characters interact. Like, there's nothing to it. It's just for funsies. It's like this my YouTube channel. It was for funsies. Thank you for watching.